Yo, what is going on, SoFi investors? My name's Jason, and today I want to talk about the great day SoFi just had. Remarkable day. We're up over 4.5% today. Killer day. We've been going up pretty much straight up in a line during midday and slowly going up as the day goes forward. I think we could hit, $8 pretty easily by the end of the week. I think on Friday we're going to see a big day for SoFi. So if you want to sell some puts this week at around $8, I think that's a great move as we go into earnings. But in this little small account, I have what? 200 shares and a little bit of change of SoFi. So what I'm going to do live for you guys, I'm going to sell a cover call. I'm going to sell the covered call, not this Friday, but next Friday, 10 days away. I have one covered call for $9, and I'm going to sell another one at $8.50 for $20. My average is like $7.50. So I'm just going to, in this little baby account, I only have 200 shares, so I'm just going to swing it for some quick profits. And if it doesn't get to those levels, I just get to keep the cash and keep my shares. So I'm selling the cover call right before the bell ends. Boom, it sold right away. So we are in at a $20 cover call. So my break-even price is $8.70, right? So I really think SoFi can continue this success through earnings. So in some of my smaller accounts, I'll use these 200 shares here, 300 shares there, 150 shares there, sell some covered calls to swing earnings. And then in my big dog account, I have around 3,500 shares, and that's just, you're staying there. I'll sell covered calls maybe at like $15, $20 for like 4 or 6 months from now. But I only sell covered calls out like 3, 6, 9 months, maybe like 15 or 20% of all the shares that I have. So I got 3,000 shares. Maybe I'll sell 5, 10 at the most covered calls. My price average in the big dog accounts around $10. In a lot of these smaller accounts, it's around $7.50, $8. So I think that's an opportunity for us to swing it. We're pretty much even right now with our shares. We're up like not even 0.5%. We made $50 today in this little baby account, but I made an extra $20 selling that $8.50 cover call, and then I have a $9 cover call. I think I sold it for around $15 at the time. So either way, if it runs up, I have to sell these shares. Great. I make a little bit of money. I can repurpose this, sell puts on the back end, maybe in that $7 range. So I clear some profits and I can get my 200 shares back if the price falls back down. Remember, SoFi earnings are notoriously known for running up, doing earnings, and then falling back down. Pretty much every high point we have in the stock, here earnings, big run up, here earnings, and then we are right. Look, another big bump in that April-May earnings cycle, up, sell off, 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 and then maybe we go back up. Maybe if we're lucky, we can maintain, $8.50 to $9.50. That would be awesome. I do think at some point, SoFi investors, we're going to stop crashing after earnings. People are trading this stock because if you look at where the ownership breakdown is right now, retail, the general public, is still holding 54% of all the shares. We have run up in institutional ownership. We were around 34, 35% the last few months. It's up to 39.6%. So that's a good thing. Once this crosses the 50% range, we're really going to see the stopping of the sell-off after earnings. We'll maybe see a little baby one, but we're not going to lose 20, 25% of our gains in the week, 2 weeks following a nice earnings report, right? So 54%, I want to see general public by the end of the year under 50% and institutions over 45%. If we can start to flip institutional ownership and retail ownership, we're really going to start to see a stabilization of SoFi stock. So if we start to build a base in that $9.50, $10 range, even at $9, if we can have that base for 6 months and we build that strong base, the breakout is going to be magnificent once it happens. I still think by the end of the year, we're going to see that $12 to $15 range for SoFi as long as we can maintain GAAP profitability. Hopefully, this will be our second quarter of GAAP profitability. And as we get closer and closer to S&P 500 inclusion, these institutions aren't stupid. They're going to see the writing on the wall, and they're going to start to get in way before all these ETFs and mutual funds have to buy SOFI. The past month for SOFI has been a really rocky road. We had that nice run up, and then boom, the inflation data came out, and we all blew up again. Our accounts went crashing down. I think we almost touched $9 at one point, right? After hours or something like that. And then the inflation data came out the next day and like ruined all of it. But I do think by the end of the week, we could see $8. And then I really do think we're going to do well on earnings. I'm expecting a triple beat. Wall Street's predicting like 560 million in revenue. I think we can beat that. I think we can do between 580 and 600. We'll see how that happens. I'm going to break down some more SOFI stuff as we get closer to earnings. So make sure you check out those videos. If you guys can, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to start to pump out a lot of SOFI content as we get closer to earnings. All right, we'll catch up with you guys on the next one. Peace.